Forget the headlines that proclaimed the Phoenix Suns dead last summer. Forget the takes that said Devin Booker's prime was being wasted and that the team's championship window had slammed shut. Yes, Kevin Durant was traded away. Bradley Beal didn't stick around. The 2024-25 Suns finished 36-46 and looked like a franchise ready for a reset. But what happened after that trade isn't a teardown or a slow rebuild. It's a reinvention. Over the last stretch, Phoenix has flipped the script and become one of the NBA's most unexpected success stories. They've won 8 of 10, they've beaten top teams, and they look meaner, smarter, and more connected than they did a year ago. So how does a team lose a top 15 player in league history and somehow improve? That's what we're breaking down. An identity shift, the numbers that prove it, and the players and coach who made the change real. This is not last year's Suns. This is a different animal. Start with the obvious. The roster on paper 1 year ago still looked like a contending collection of scores and name brand talent. Kevin Durant is one of the greatest scorers ever. Devin Booker can heat up in a blink. Bradley Beal, when healthy, added another dimension. Instead of translating into consistent success, that talent combination collapsed in rugged games. Phoenix lost battles on the glass, wilted when opponents forced contact, and showed effort that varied by the night. That's a rare and costly combination. High ceiling, low reliability. Now look at what replaced it. The Suns' identity shifted from ISO-heavy star power to a smash-mouth, defense-first approach that prizes contact, communication, and second efforts. Players dive for loose balls. They cut off lanes and contest every entry pass. They trash talk and then back it up on the scoreboard. Where possession value used to be defined by the quality of a single catch and shoot, it's now measured by whether the team earned an extra offensive possession, forced a turnover, or limited transition opportunities for opponents. The single most visible architect of that change has been Dillon Brooks. Acquired in the Durant deal, Brooks' reputation preceded him. Physical, antagonistic, and borderline uncontainable on a good night. What he brought to Phoenix was more than box score production. He brought a tone. Every team has energetic defenders, but Brooks' brand of nastiness is contagious. Opponents hate switching on him. Teammates responded by playing with the same bite, and the Suns' intensity began to feel less episodic and more institutional. Brooks didn't act alone. Colin Gillespie, once an undrafted long shot, emerged as a fulcrum of the new approach. Gillespie's development is a reminder that culture matters as much as raw talent. He pressures ball handlers, takes charges, creates passing angles, and plays downhill on offense without forcing the issue. Those intangible actions show up in the numbers: steals, deflections, contested plays. And in the eye test, he does the little things that let others do their jobs better. Grayson Allen has become another perfect example of a player whose reputation changed when he landed in the right system. The same edge that once got him lambasted in college is now channeled into late game defense, spot-up shooting, and taking charges without sacrificing team cohesion. Mark Williams, acquired to address interior defense, has provided rim protection and rebounding that was missing last season. Jordan Goodwin's bench bursts have proven the depth here isn't a mirage. Role players are making real impact plays in real moments. And there is Devin Booker, the franchise cornerstone. The scoring is still there. Booker can carry any night he needs to, but his game has broadened. He's become a more willing facilitator, a cleaner decision maker when defenses collapse, and a player ready to mix it up on both ends. When Booker reaches 9 or more assists in a game, Phoenix consistently turns that into wins.
Back to Booker. Jump stop. Thought about leaning in to market it from the corner. Ryan Dunn.
That's a small sample of a bigger change. Booker isn't trying to rescue a broken roster. He's elevating teammates inside an organized scheme. Numbers back up the eye test. Last season, the Suns ranked near the bottom in categories tied to effort and physicality. Offensive rebound percentage, second chance points, and opponent fast break points allowed were all glaring weaknesses. This season, Phoenix jumped significantly. Offensive rebound percentage moved from 26th to the top 5, with a roughly 7 to 8 percentage point improvement. Second chance points and opponent fast break points allowed both climbed into the top third of the league. Steals per game ticked up markedly as well, with Phoenix among the leaders at roughly 10.8 a night. Those aren't vanity stats. Offensive rebounds become extra possessions, steals become transition opportunities, and limiting fast break points keeps opponents scoring efficient and rhythm-based offenses from taking control. This sort of transformation doesn't happen without coaching buy-in. Frank Vogel, in his first year with Phoenix, has reintroduced a principle that can be undervalued in the modern era: buy-in. Vogel's resume includes turning teams into disciplined defensive units before, and in Phoenix he's emphasized communication, rotations, and accountability over relying solely on athleticism or ISO creation. The offense is balanced. It leans on analytics when it makes sense, but doesn't suffocate the players. The result: a locker room that trusts a plan and, crucially, believes it's the right way to win. Strength of schedule matters for skeptics. You can get hot against weaker opponents. That doesn't convince anyone you're a contender. So look at the signature wins. Phoenix didn't just beat lottery teams. They beat elite squads and did it in a manner manner that exposed mental toughness. Consider the win over Oklahoma City, then the best record in the league and defending champions. Phoenix left as underdogs and walked out with a 108-105 victory, capped by Booker's deep step-back 3 over Alex Caruso. Jordan Goodwin exploded off the bench for 26 points, a sign the system can prepare role players for high-leverage moments. There was also the gritty road win in Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks, a team built on finish-at-the-rim toughness and physical defense. Phoenix matched that intensity for 48 minutes and won 112-107. Dillon Brooks poured in 27 and hit step-back threes that felt improbable. Grayson Allen made pivotal defensive plays late, and Booker paced the offense with 31 and 9 assists, managing tempo and using double teams to find open shooters rather than forcing attempts. Depth matters more than highlight plays. The Williams addition added interior presence and rebounding. Allen's 3-and-D role has proved foundational in closing lineups. Goodwin's bench scoring gives Vogel options in lineups that can match opposing physicality. Gillespie's ascent from G League fringe player to consistent starter is one of those development stories that shifts how a roster is evaluated. One of the most intriguing angles is what this means for the future. The Suns improved significantly without Jalen Green contributing on the floor yet after his acquisition. That's a sign the cultural and tactical changes are real. The system is outperforming the loss of star power because of buy-in, role clarity, and a focus on possessions over hero shots. When Green returns healthy and integrates, Phoenix could add another high-level scorer into a system that already shares responsibility and values space creation and rim protection. So where does that leave the Suns today? Are they a top 6 lock in the Western Conference, or a team that still needs to prove it in March and April? The honest answer lies somewhere in between. The improvements are measurable and the mindset is different, but injuries, variance, and the grind of a long NBA season will test whether this identity holds under playoff pressure and against series-long scouting. The Suns have earned attention, however. Teams that play with this level of effort and buy-in rarely are one-off streaks.
Way there. Oh, look at this. Dropping the sledgehammer.
If the defensive communication, rebounding instincts, and Booker's playmaking remain consistent, Phoenix can be dangerous come postseason time. The bigger story is cultural. This Suns team replaced superstar volume with collective will. They learned to value the next defensive possession. They crashed the glass. They turned turnovers into easy offense. They stopped letting every game hinge on one hero shot and instead built a repeatable, disruptive approach. That's not easy to assemble overnight. It takes coaching, the right types of players, and a star willing to adapt. If you're watching the Western Conference right now, start paying attention to Phoenix. They've earned it. This isn't just a hot streak. It's the result of a purposeful shift, measurable on the stat sheet and obvious on the court. Whether they finish the season as a top 6 seed or not, the Suns have changed the narrative about what their franchise is capable of. They're not rebuilding, they've reinvented. What do you think? Is this a playoff lock or a team that still has to prove itself in March and April? Leave your take. And if you like this breakdown, subscribe for more deep dives and analysis. Thanks for watching.